thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a tutorial and it's not anything knitting today either. We are continuing with our stuffing stuffies and I'm on my second stuffy now. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. This video is basically designed to provide you with a little bit of background noise while you work on a project of your choosing. I normally do knitting type videos, but I change it up every now and then, and today it is very late on a Tuesday night and we are going to stuff this non-licensed character Pikachu. Many years ago, my aunt had made my partner and I some skins of stuffies and sent them to me because we don't live in the same state. And she had thought it would be easier for her to just mail them as they are flat because it's easier to pack. But with life, things, other hobbies getting in the way, I just hadn't gotten around to stuffing them. So I will have this in my lap, but I'm gonna keep going with this guy because I haven't done it yet. And if you watched before, you saw that I was working on a dragon. This Pikachu is for my partner as well, and then I have a Hello Kitty that I was working on before and I ran out of stuffing, so I bought some more and have just kind of been here and there with that one. So maybe by the time I go back to work, I'll have them done, but I don't have that much stuffing left and the Hello Kitty's pretty big, so might be another day, another time, but we'll see how far we get. So I'm doing the ear now because I realized when I was doing the dragon, I hadn't stuffed a stuffed animal in ages, so I was doing like the middle part when I really should have been focusing more on the extremities and then do the middle part last. So I'm going to do the ears because these seem to be the trickier because they're very narrow and long. So I'm just going to work with little bits of, see, I put too much so it's already getting stuck here, but I'm going to break up this clump of polyfill that I had and just work a little bit more at a time up the ear. So I'm hoping you guys all had a good day. You're seeing this video later in the week than when I'm filming because you'll notice I have videos popping up pretty much every day, and I had hoped to continue to do that while I have more time in the evening to kind of restructure what I'm doing since I'm working from home. And today when I worked from home, it was very busy. It was busier than yesterday on Monday because there was a lot of other stuff that came up that needed to be addressed, and I started out pretty okay with like a game plan of what I was gonna do, solve some problems from the day before, and I was ready to just kind of work on a new project, and then some other things came up that needed my attention faster. So maybe tomorrow. Wednesday might be just a new day and a new attempt to get some things done that I had on my to-do, because I have this Word doc of all of the work from home projects that I now have a chance to do, but I've barely completed 2, I think, so far, just because of all this other stuff that keeps coming up. I mean, at least it's keeping me busy, I guess, but I just had this other thought of what working from home would be like, a little bit more casual, but I feel like I'm more stressed than when I'm at work because it's not like I can just tell people, like send a group email, hey, I'm gonna, go walk around the block really quick to take my designated break, versus putting a sign on my office door or something so people know that I've stepped out. I have to check the phone voicemail because my supervisor forwarded our main line to her cell phone, but she said she doesn't grab all of the calls that come in, from the number, so it's my responsibility to check the voicemails. And at first I thought it would be, because our phones aren't like super old, they're actually pretty new for us, and I thought she would be able to forward it to her office line, because right now if our office line rings and we get a voicemail, it gives us a MP4 file to listen to as a recording through email. So even if you're not physically there, you still get a record of who called and the voicemail. So I'm like, oh. But she said she couldn't do a forward to her office line that would pick up the voicemail and send her the email as well. So I was like, okay. Because that would have been really handy. Okay, so this ear isn't going as bad, not bad, but slow as I thought, because it's so narrow. I can kind of do like I was doing with the neck of the dragon and kind of wiggle stuff around once I get it in there and kind of give it some shape. So yeah. So how many people out there today feel like you had taken for granted all of the freedoms you had of being out and about? It's not so... Oh, I did get some gelato and sorbet delivered to my home using Grubhub from a local... Ooh, it's dusty. A local gelato place. They're like 2 towns south of where I live, and I made dinner, and I just really wanted some frozen yogurt, and the other place that I usually go to is either offline or they've stopped using Grubhub as a delivery service provider, because you used to be able to just order them to... I hadn't before because I kind of like to see the toppings and stuff that I have to choose from, but I was getting a little desperate for something sweet and not that horrible ice cream that I have, because I had that last night. I had to like run a little piece of it under hot water on the outside of the carton to get it soft enough to scoop and put a little bit of peanut butter on it, and it was tasty, but the struggle just to get that out of the carton, and I don't have like a bunch of really cool flavors or toppings to add to my vanilla ice cream, so I was like, why don't I see if the froyo place up the street, but up the way is open and accepting orders with the whole situation. And I didn't see them on the list of places near me that were open, so I was like, okay. And the other place that was further south of me was open, and I hadn't been in this shop before, nor have I ordered from them before, so I was very curious to see what kinds of flavors they had. And so my partner and I, they were having a special, so it sounds crazy, but if you spent $30, you got $10 off. And considering how I like to have a lot of sweets around, like I love sweets, I was like, why not just try some more flavors, see what else I can add to this the shopping experience, and call it good. So my first cup was birthday cake gelato, like half birthday cake gelato, which was this bright blue. I thought it was cotton candy, or I thought they messed up my order, because I was like, why is this blue? And it had sprinkles mixed in. And then the other half was hazelnut, so that was really good. And the other cup I have is 3 different flavors in one cup that are pineapple sorbet, a raspberry sorbet, and a lemon sorbet, because I like tart sorbets, and I like really, really sweet, like ice creams and gelatos. So that'll have tomorrow after dinner. And my partner had a Oreo, like half Oreo, half Biscoff, which is a cookie. If you have had cookie butter before as like a spread or a dip with something sweet, it's basically cookie butter flavored gelato. And then the other flavored cup they got was half pistachio, half chocolate. So interesting to see what they think of that one. So we'll have our second cups tomorrow. And I also I had originally ordered two chocolate chip cookies for like snacks later in the week, and 2 lemon meringue cookies also for snacks, like 1 lemon, 1 chocolate chip for me, 1 lemon and chocolate chip for my partner. And surprisingly, the shop was out of stock of the chocolate chip and the lemon, so they only were able to give me 1 chocolate chip, none of the lemon, and they gave me an oatmeal cookie instead. And when the delivery person came by, they called me ahead of time and said, hey, this is what happened. The shop was out of stock of, what you originally ordered, and you can't even complete the order, so we can only give you 2 cookies, and we ordered 4, and they're not the flavor. It's like 1 is the flavor you want, and 1 is oatmeal raisin. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I mean, I was really hoping for lemon, but at least I got it. But then she's like, you're going to have to call Grubhub because the order can't be modified at this point after the transaction was complete. So I called. As soon as she came by and mentioned that again, I called or I had to look up on Google what their customer service number was, because it's like, use this form, do this chat thing. And I'm like, I just want to call because that's going to be the easiest way to explain that it's not their fault, but the system doesn't let them refund me, and it's not like they messed up the order, they just didn't have what I placed in stock. So I got in touch with somebody from customer service, and the restaurant called me too to explain. I was like, yes, the driver did tell me that. Thank you again for trying and just adding that other cookie instead that they did have, which means that they didn't have even enough of the oatmeal raisin, because if it was 2, they didn't have 2 chocolate chip, they didn't have any of the lemon, so they must have only had 1 oatmeal raisin, otherwise they would have given me 3, I think. So surprising. But I think right now, and Grubhub was able to refund me the cookies. I just was like, well, I really did want those cookies, but I tipped, so I guess it makes up for the driver going through, like, she still got the same amount of money if it was the total purchase amount, so that didn't change. But I think because so many people are stuck at home and are getting maybe bored. I know I just didn't want to. I don't mind cooking though. Don't know if we're gonna stay on track. I have enough food to get us through the rest of this week and probably part of next week. Depends on what the weekend looks like. But we're here and we're snacking because food is abundant and easy to get to. So it's like, here's a plum, here's a handful of carrots, here's a cup of yogurt, here's a cup of tea, here's some coffee, here's some cereal, like whatever you want it's in the house. You don't have to be like, I'm gonna go on break to have a snack. You just grab a snack and you work. So it's easy just to kind of munch on stuff. But with that being said, we still make enough, or I still make enough to have leftovers, which are usually our lunches. So like last night I made makhani chicken, which is like butter chicken. It's an Indian dish, and I packaged up 3 containers full of leftovers. So I had one of those for lunch today. My partner had some mushroom ravioli and green beans from the night before, and now this night we had quinoa and kidney beans and some ground up pork sausage. So that was 2 meals worth as well. So that's another couple lunches. And where am I going with this? You're probably wondering. And the fact is, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that even though I'm cooking food, I'm eating it as fast as I'm like making leftovers. So eventually we're either going to get bored or we're going to run out of food before we can get back to the store, and I'm going to have to patronize a restaurant again for a meal and not just for desserts. So don't know what I want. I kind of want pizza, but like bad pizza, like Little Caesars, not even like quality pizza, just cheap and easy. And their crazy bread, if you've ever had Little Caesars crazy bread, it's if you like horrible food that's probably gonna kill you, that's some good stuff. Love those breadsticks. I could just eat those breadsticks and be happy with the rest of my life. But in general, I guess my overarching topic was missing things that you're used to but you don't really think about until you don't have them. It's just like if you get your wisdom teeth taken out and all of a sudden you just want to eat something crunchy because you can't anymore, and you're like, wow, I really just want to chew on some potato chips, but they're gonna like puncture my my socket that's healing, and that's not good. Or you just can't eat hard foods until you're all healed up, or you hurt your foot really bad and now all of a sudden you really wish you could walk around or something like that. So it's interesting. I think it's gonna really, if it hasn't already, I think it's really gonna humble a lot of people, myself included, after all of this has kind of fizzled out and we're back to the normal grind. Just kind of thinking of what are some things that you miss now that you can't access them as easily as you wanted to. For me, it's definitely like dining. I love eating out. It's something that is just kind of part of my life. It's always been something that I really enjoy. It's kind of like a treat, a luxury that I really just love eating out at restaurants. And so the fact that I can't right now is really a bummer. And even getting delivery, it's super expensive, and it's usually just like I'm so dog tired that I couldn't be bothered with standing by the stove to cook something. So it's kind of like a what do you want to order kind of a thing. And so now it's kind of revved up with the fact that so many people can't leave, so many restaurants still need business, but they can't have people dine in. So having delivery rev up is like their solution to that, so they can still serve people. And then of course you have carry out or like curbside pickup and stuff like that. But as far as getting to people who may have wanted just to stop in really quick, or are stuck at home and don't want to drive out in public, but you're still open, you can kind of meet them halfway with the delivery service. So, okay, ears pretty much, I'm looking at the back, they're unique, they're firm now, so that's good. This tip right here is a little bit wiggly. Not wiggly, but like kind of squishy. So let me see if I can move some of the fuzz or the stuffing up there. I might have to work on that one a little bit more. But there's part of it. I think next I'll do the arms, because that'll be easy. But yeah, I think that's one thing that I miss. And it's not even like it's been that long for me. It hasn't, but like as things have progressed It's like we started scaling back more and more and more, and now it's like Sunday, 2 Sundays ago was the last time we went out and actually sat in a restaurant, because that following Monday was when our order to like not do that anymore was in place. So we're like, okay, what's something that you're kind of, I wouldn't say happy about, but appreciating that you're doing now that you're stuck inside? If you're a person who is stuck inside, I am not stuck, but I'm working from home and I'm not an outdoorsy person, so I thought about that walk. I walked to my recycling, and tomorrow I think I'm going to walk to the trash, because I do have to take the litter out, clean out the litter box and stuff, so that'll probably be my outside activity tomorrow. But I know some people have really enjoyed, if they do work, having to go to work with a lot less traffic, a lot less people, or a lot less traffic, a lot fewer people on the public transit, kind of like clogging up spaces that are usually really congested when they have to commute. Walking around on the street and not having to be like dodging folks coming in the other direction, or walking around people who are obstructing your way. So that's, I know some people really enjoyed that. People in the foster community, I know, are really enjoying the fact that they can work from home and dedicate more time to their foster animal or animals that they are keeping at home before they're ready to go to adoption. I know some people who, like myself, are taking the time to work on projects that they really like, that they hadn't had time to do before, or hadn't had as much time to do. One of my former coworkers has been keeping a pantry inventory, and he likes doing it so much that he wants to continue even after everything is over, and it's just so he has a running list of all of the stuff in his house, so he's not buying more than he needs, using up everything he has, and making sure nothing is expired. So I think it's bad, everything is bad, but with bad things there comes some good stuff too. So for those people who are always on the go and never have time for themselves, I hope you get to rest, at least, even if it's the worst reason to rest, but still take a moment just to be kind to yourself and appreciate that maybe where you work is like, you know what, stay home because we don't want you getting sick, and just say, okay, I can lay low for a little bit so other people don't get illnesses that they can't fight off very easily right now. Hey, alright, so can't believe it's been about, well, I was futzing around with the camera, so it's almost 30 minutes, but we have 2 little arms. Now next time we're going to do the feet and the tummy, but we have the ears, so most of the appendages done. So thank you so much for watching me. You have 1,000,001 options out there. We're all kind of trying to churn out some stuff to keep everyone feeling good, staying focused, and maybe not focused, maybe just distracted. So you've chosen to watch me, and I do so much appreciate that in this situation that we're in. And stay tuned because there'll be another upload coming soon. Bye.